Welcome to the Why Not Us podcast. We're just a few dudes navigating life and talking about it. Thanks for listening.
What's going
Welcome
on,
back,
fellas?
boys. We're here.
We're back. We're back. All right. We had a hiatus there for a couple weeks. People that are listening and watching. I've been making some big moves here lately. A literal move, which has consumed a lot of my time. So welcome to episode 31, everyone.
31.
31. We've made it. We've made it, guys. We're here. We're doing it. We're going to hear about Joey's big win recently. That's going to be fun.
We can discuss.
We'll talk about my move a little bit. Jordan's going to talk about God knows what. And we've got a couple other things on our segment list as well. A lot's actually happened since we had our last episode in the world of golf and sports. Big news for me. We moved to Winston-Salem, people. So Jordan and I now live in the same town. I did it for the pod, ladies and gentlemen.
You're in a different county than I am.
That's true. We're still close.
Yeah, about 25.
We're still like from Hayside to Clintwood away from each other, you know?
That's true.
We're in an area called Colfax, which is basically High Point. But congrats to my wife. She just got a job with Wake Forest University.
Saw you post about that today.
That's why we are here. We have been trying to get to North Carolina for a very long time now, which you guys know that. A lot of people listening don't know that. But she's been in the process since like December of last year. And finally it happened. And when it happened, it was like, oh crap, we've got to pack up an entire house and we have to move it. So we've been in that process for a while now and finally settled in. Still not like completely settled. We've still got some boxes and stuff to unpack, but you know, we're here now. And the movers, man, they didn't get all of our stuff. So the truck was too full and they couldn't get all of our stuff. They underestimated how big of a truck they were going to need. And they charged us like $500 more than what the quote was.
Jones, you and these house people, man, recently just struggling, dude.
I'm going to be having a conversation with them, so that'll be fun, ripping them apart. So now I've got to drive back, 4 hours to get some of our stuff that they could not get. All the while, too, fellas. So the same day that we moved our house, we were also in the process of moving our coffee roastery to centralize everything to Norton. So not only have I been picking up a house, I've also been packing up a business to centralize everything in Virginia.
You overextended yourself there.
Well, we had been working on that process for a while. That was going to happen whether we moved to North Carolina or not. It just made more sense for the business, but it just happened to fall on the same day that the people that were going to move our coffee roaster and the bigger equipment that we have, it just happened that it was the same day we moved our house. So it was like so hectic and so crazy. But honestly, it feels great to be here. The weather was perfect when we first came. It's been pretty crappy the last few days, but got to enjoy the pool at least, a couple days here at the complex.
And now, Jones, do you have a townhome or what'd you guys do? I can't remember.
Yeah, so we're in a apartment complex. I don't know it's like a apartment / townhouse kind of thing. It's not 2 stories, it's just 1 level.
Okay.
We're on like the first floor.
Okay.
And there's only like maybe 3 or 4 units in one building or something like that.
Okay.
So we're going to be doing this for maybe a year, maybe a little bit more than a year, just to kind of, we still got a house to sell.
I was going to say, so any luck on selling the home yet or no?
We had 2 showings today. We've had 3 showings collectively, and everybody's loved it so far. We just have no offers yet. So hopefully that'll come through here pretty soon. But I got to say, I am getting used to this apartment complex life with all of these amenities that we have here. I mean,
gym, pool, everything right there, man.
I mean, dude, I'm walking to the gym at 6 a.m. now. We got a big pool. It feels like I'm at a resort.
Well, you're not driving anywhere like
20,
30 minutes for all the stuff you used to do, right?
Is this the first time you've lived like in a place that had stuff like that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is nice the first time. You're like, oh shit, I could get used to this. Like, yeah, it is. It
I
is
mean,
good.
it's pretty special. It's pretty special, I gotta say. And then when you start to add up all those things, like if we were to get like a membership at a place that had a pool, if we got
Oh.
another gym membership, like all those things just start to add up, and you're like, there's a lot of benefit to it, really.
Right.
So, anyways, that's a catch up on myself lately. Excited
Boys,
to
look
be
at this.
here.
Look at this rib thing I'm about to eat.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's for supper there? What you got?
Dude, sorry. We've just been busy. So I just got. We stopped at a food truck we saw on the side of the road on the way home, like a half a block from here, outside the brewery,
Heck
right
yeah,
around the
man.
corner from us. It's called. What's it called?
Not pig.
What? Stunt Pig.
Stunt pig.
Stunt Pig.
Sweet.
You got
Stunt pig.
ribs? What do you got?
Oh, we need an official rating here.
A pork, some sort of pork. What's it called, Emily?
Pork shank?
Pork shank of some sort. Jordan?
Pork shank.
Yeah.
Okay.
So far it's fine. I mean, we just needed some dinner.
You gotta
So,
you gotta score it. My buddy Grimmy is listening to this. So if you don't eat it and then score it, he's gonna be texting me saying, why
Grimmy,
doesn't Joy?
Yeah, the first sandwich was like some sort of roast beef kind of thing, is a good way to describe it. The guy said something like Arby's on steroids. So it had horseradish on it, onions, pickles. It was like a 6.5. I don't know. So
Yeah, well, I was thinking it was gonna be higher than that.
yeah, I don't
You
know.
got you got high standards, Joey.
This things like fall off the bone, whatever this is. Look at this.
Oh,
Right off.
Wow.
Wow.
So if you're watching on YouTube world out there, which I know tons of y'all are watching,
Millions have to be.
millions. Yeah. So yeah, boys, trying it out. So
And Joey's got a big stash. You got to go over to YouTube and just
Yeah,
check
look
out
at
Joey's
that.
stash.
yeah, Jordan just noticed for the first time. He ain't paying no attention to me.
No, I have. I saw it because it moves when you're chewing. It's hard not to like look at it. It like moves up and down when you're chewing.
It is. I love Joey in the stash.
Yeah,
I
I
told
literally
him,
was shaving on Monday, and I was just like, "Ah, we'll just stop right there and see what happens."
Do the ladies like it in the office? All those women you work
Oh
with,
yeah, I
all
think
the
it's
women.
hilarious.
you
Yeah.
should twist it, man. Like grow it out long enough to where you can twist it and twirl it.
Yeah, well, we did
Listen-
one at the bachelor party, right? Remember?
Yeah.
You had
Shank
a, you
is-
had a
yeah, this
stash
pork
at
shank's
Jordan's
like a
bachelor.
9.2.
Oh,
That's high, dude.
I like this.
Is it a dry rub or do you have any like sauce you're putting on it or what?
There's some sauce in here. Yeah, I don't know, man. There's like
it
some.
just smoked. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Can't really tell. See the sauce in here? I don't know. I don't know. You can't see crap.
No, you can't see
It's
it.
a bad idea.
Terrible idea.
So,
Are you guys a fan of the smoke flavor?
yeah, I do. As long as it's like smells like tastes like bacon.
I
But,
love smoke flavor. Joey, you got to tell us about your big win.
Oh,
for
yeah.
the USO. Tell us a little bit about the US Open, and then
So
and
my buddy-
details.
my buddy Lane and I are in this weekly pool.
You know
But
my
you
buddy
got
Lane?
What's that?
You know my buddy Lane?
Yeah, exactly. And you got to pick a golfer each week, and you can't use the golfer again the rest of the year. So I use like a tool to kind of help me narrow down our picks each week. And the tool kept telling me Wyndham Clark, along with other guys, right? So FanDuel was offering us a promotion. If you bet a golfer and he finishes in the top 20, you get your bet back. Well, you had to bet $100 max. Well, we took Wyndham Clark at 85-1, and Lane and I just split it. You know, we always just split it, all the golf stuff we do. And boys, Wyndham Clark won at 85-1 for $8,500.
I just can't believe it.
So I
That's,
texted the group, Monday or Tuesday? My pick for the week was Wyndham
What?
Clark.
Yeah, you were on it all week.
And everybody probably thought I was crazy. Lane tried to talk me off it several times.
Why did you choose him, by the way?
Well, that aid was one reason, Jones. And then I watched him a couple of weeks back when he won in Charlotte.
Charlotte, yeah.
And then they were telling me, well, faders do well at this course. Well, you know who does well in Charlotte? Rory. You know who fades the ball well? Rory.
Rory.
Well, Wyndham does as well. So
I
yeah,
liked.
man, we got lucky.
I like Jake's text. He was like, "I wish the announcers would talk about him fading the ball a little bit more."
I know, because that's all he talked about, right?
I mean, they mentioned it like a million times.
But yeah, guys, we were absolutely pumped on Sunday watching.
Have you
Um,
spent the money yet?
No, have not.
You going to go
Um,
all in on another bet or what? What are you doing with it?
Probably we'll go to a nice dinner at some point this week or maybe next week. Pay off some bills probably.
Sweet.
Still need to take the bus a lot nowadays. Still need to get a car. So maybe that's something we do soon. Emily wants a ring.
I was going to say, when does Emily come into this equation?
She officially just dropped the ring there.
Emily
Is
wants
the
a ring.
Honda not running too well right now?
Well, the Honda died, bro.
Well, you not said the Honda died.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's been dead
So
for almost a
you
year.
guys only
now,
have
probably.
you have one car?
Yeah, but we don't. It doesn't really bother us because I take the bus most days into work.
Well, it sounded like it had COVID when last June when we were in Cincinnati.
What's it? Oh,
The car sounded like it had COVID last year.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it sounded rough.
It was struggling. You're right.
I didn't know it ultimately died.
Yeah. So
Shit.
yeah, we've only had one car, and granted, it's been fine. But maybe at some point get a new car. I don't know. We got to figure it out, man. Ready to save some. So, but it was a big win, man. So we were
That's
pumped.
huge. Is that
like I
the
said-
most money? Is that the most money you've ever won on a bet?
Probably close to it. Yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
incredible. I
But
would
yeah,
be.
we
Did you
just
just
picked Wyndham
like
Clark, and Lane tried to talk me off it all week.
when you
Okay.
knew he was going to win? What was your feeling like? I mean, were you just going ballistic or what?
I mean, yes, because Lane and I were on the phone talking to each other the whole time, and then we didn't know he was going to win till the last putt. You saw it; he had to two putt that to win.
yeah.
So we just were worried he was going to lose. We've lost so many stuff like that at the end, man. Golf's hard.
Well,
So hard.
and Rory would pars you to death at the end.
Yeah, Rory made one birdie all day.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Ricky Fowler sure shit the bed on Sunday.
And I felt bad for Ricky too, because honestly, I
He
mean,
played great, though.
our bet aside, right? I was cool with any of those guys winning. You know, like they're all good guys. You know,
What was it? Was it 14 when he finished in the top 5 of all majors that year? That was like his coming out party. I think he finished tied for second at like 2 or 3 of them.
Rory's.
No, Ricky.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he
Jordan.
finished top 5 in like all 4 majors, and like 2 of them I think were second place.
Yeah, that's what sucked on Sunday for him. I felt bad. He wasn't even a factor at all on Sunday. You know.
Yeah.
He's not
Yeah.
really been up that close in a major in a very long time.
No.
It was great to see him on the leaderboard again.
Right. Well, and they kept showing he wasn't in it last year. Remember, he was the first alternate.
Yeah.
So.
Man, they've been talking mad smack about that country club.
Yeah.
Apparently all the members bought most of the tickets,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the players were just really disappointed in the atmosphere because there wasn't that many people there.
Yeah, and I guess if you talk to those guys, or what I was reading stuff up on it too, Jones. I guess certain venues just aren't great venues for watching golf. You know?
Yeah, that happens to be one of them.
Yeah.
Well, like what was it? Whistling Straits isn't great.
And they mentioned a couple other. JT mentioned a couple in that comment or something.
Some
right?
of the U.S. Open courses aren't laid out. Like number 2's not going to be great next year. You just literally got to get in the stand somewhere and just watch. It's a tough course to walk the way it's set up.
Is that where the U.S. Open's going to be next year?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back there.
They're like the first flagship of the U.S. Open. They've got it like
Yeah.
5 or 6 times in the next like 15, 20 years.
Yeah. But yeah, Jones, speaking of golf, why don't you talk about a couple of your golf videos coming up?
Oh yeah, I cannot wait for those to come out.
Well,
'cause
why don't you
we-
tell a story about the fire, unfortunately, real quick?
Oh yeah. So the first video we did was at Raven Rock Golf Course, and so we shot the video on a Saturday. And so I'm doing this conference. I've mentioned it a couple times called Creator Con for creators, entrepreneurs, students, economic developers to kind of come together for 2 days, hear some cool speakers and learn from experts, and just kind of come together and network. So what we were doing, we were promoting one of the sessions that my buddy Peyton is going to be leading, called Growing with AI. So artificial intelligence, how do you use it to help your business instead of being scared of it, how about you learn how to use it and help you be more efficient and help you grow? So what we did a 9-hole challenge and let Chat GPT come up with the 9 challenges that we were going to do, which was absolutely hilarious. But it's only as good as your input, right? So you have to give it some prompts. So I was like, hey, we're doing a 9-hole challenge. I want it to be kind of funny, put food and get food involved somewhere in there. Maybe there's a beer involved, did all that. And it gave me some really good outputs. So we did that. And the very next day, woke up the next morning. Actually, no, Jake texted us in the group the next day. I didn't even know about it yet. And it was an article from our local news that the clubhouse had burned down.
Crazy. And you were just there.
We were just there. Unbelievable. And that, they just put a bunch of money into that clubhouse not long ago. There was a restaurant there. And it's in a really small town in Jenkins, Kentucky. So it was a really big deal to see the clubhouse burned down there. So, I had to kind of rethink how we did the beginning of the video. So I had to do like a narration. And there's Riley going nuts about something. So I did like a narration, kind of pointing people to support them by booking a tee time. So if you're in and around the area, book a tee time with Raven Rock Golf Course and support them in that way. There's
Did
really
you send me the
way
footage, Jones, and stuff? I mean, like something they for them to have and see, or what?
We're not completely done with the footage yet.
Oh, okay.
But there's some good drone shots of the clubhouse and stuff that we got. So, they may want to use those for, for some reason.
I didn't see if they said if foul play was suspected. I mean, you were one of the last people in it. I mean, I don't know if they.
Yeah, my putter got hot there at the end.
It was smoldering, and you left it in the grass.
No, but it's a pretty sad thing. But luckily, the people that own it, they're pretty wealthy people. They own an oil company, gas company, and a bunch of convenience stores. So there's cash there to be able to rebuild it and get it back to where it needs to be. It's not a municipal course.
And as Jones, from your house getting water damage, I'm sure the insurance claim will come through and help you out.
Gosh almighty. Hopefully they don't have travelers. Talk about shit in the bed.
Right.
So anyway,
yeah,
and then we did
Jones
one.
puts out the content, guys. Check it out. And
yeah,
maybe you might see some familiar faces in future videos. You never know.
That's right. Joey. And if you come on a video, you got to have a stash because we got to do that for the content. And the next one we shot was with Josh Mancuso. He's a comedian and an actor in the Tri-Cities area. He's exploding right now.
Really?
He's actually meeting up with Nate Bargatze on Sunday.
I saw Nate. Remember? I told you I went and saw Nate. Yeah.
So they know each other, and he's kind of like a Nate Bargatze lookalike. And we sort of did a bit in the beginning of the video, was like, we're going to play a 9-hole challenge with Nate Bargatze. And then my buddy Blake came in. He's like, actually, we couldn't get Nate today. We had to get somebody else. I think he might be a lookalike or something. And then the camera points over to Josh, and he's just sitting there like this. And then I'm like, we're actually playing around with Josh Mancuso, the almost Nate Bargatze.
That's the intro. Nice.
So that one's going to be hilarious too. His buddy Ken came with him. And we did another 9-hole challenge, and the clubhouse hated us. And I even called ahead and was like, hey, we're going to be filming. Videographer needs a cart. They were cool with it. And then I show up, and it's just this old dude that was having a shitty day, was being shitty to me. And I'm like, dude, we're going to be shooting a video with this guy out here that gets millions of views on Instagram, and you're going to act like that. And then the Ranger came out to us after we did like one of our speed challenges to play a hole as fast as we could. I guess because we were, ruffling the feathers of the people behind us. 2 people behind you already quit. And we're like, what? They didn't even like try to play through. We would have let them. So he was just coming out to be a dick.
That sucks.
But anyways, we had a blast. I'm never going to that course again. It was in Jonesboro. So the Crossings Golf Club, don't go play there. It's awful.
Oh, so that's different than the Ravenwood one.
Yeah.
Got it.
Rock.
Got it. Raven Rock. Excuse me. Okay.
Raven Rock is cool. They'll let you do whatever you want.
We like Raven Rock. Okay.
Yeah, we like Raven Rock, and they have free waters and Gatorade. They drive around and just give it to you.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Wow. Yeah.
Super big benefit. Yeah. The golf bag whiskey was not hit either time. I just kind of forgot. So
He's getting
Next.
yelled at.
next time. I don't know if Joey can even hit the golf bag whiskey if we do an episode together, because he'll be so wasted.
I might be. Hank, what are you doing? Sorry, I gotta wind it up.
Joey will just fall over.
I might be down for the count.
So here's what we're thinking, Jordan. We're thinking Joey comes here and we do a weekend of golf, and we shoot like 4 videos and do like 9-hole challenges.
Absolutely, I'm in. I told you that.
Yeah. So that's kind of where our head's at, Jordan. You in?
I will say you're going to have to find a place that you work it out ahead of time, because you will get
Oh,
the
I know.
same experiences crossings.
And
Yeah.
we won't go out there and act like idiots, like our previous videos.
'Cause
Maybe.
they will be on you.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
these would be. I mean, we can do something like Joe just saying, Jordan. We were thinking more serious, just more fun. Like,
Yeah. I was gonna say
like-
they're going to be on you like ridiculous. I was playing a couple weekends ago, and I walked the first couple of holes because they didn't have enough carts, and they like brought one out. There's a shortage of everything, I guess. Shortage of golf carts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
for sure.
that was the guy's quarrel with me at the crossings. I'm like, dude, I'll pay for it. He's like, yeah, you will pay for it. And I'm like, okay, ring it up, dude.
Yeah, they usually charge.
And
you
then he
cart-
did it. And then he did it.
Yeah, they
I'm-
usually
I'm
charge
like-
you cart fee. Yeah, for like a fivesome or whatever. Someone's just riding.
right?
They're going to get their money.
I was like, what? I'm happy to pay it. It's
Well,
30
like
bucks.
at the same
30
token,
bucks.
you're doing some sort of free advertising for them. I know they might not see it as that, or maybe not realize it, from a monetary standpoint. But
I love how Jones was trying to tell a boomer about Instagram. It's probably some retired guy running the pro shop or whatever, and he's like, "Hey, he gets a million views on Instagram." That guy's like, "I didn't fight a war for this."
Yeah.
that's probably exactly
So
That's
he
exactly how it went.
he did not give a shit.
right.
He was just like, somebody burned my bacon this morning and I'm taking it out on you.
He's like, "I didn't
Jones."
fight a war for this."
And I'm
Right.
like, you know what?
Um,
This
Well, guys,
sucks.
how about the submarine stuff? I'll be honest with you. I don't read the news. I don't do that stuff. I just found out about it like a day when you guys texted like about it. I think maybe a day or two ago. I don't know. I didn't have no
Yeah.
idea what was going on.
Unbelievable. Jordan's been keeping up with the story. I know that because he's been in the group chat today.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't just pay like 30 or 40 bucks and go to Pigeon Forge and see the real life skull. It's the same size as the real Titanic.
yeah.
Also, too, if these guys are billionaires or whatever they are, I think their estate should have to pay the United States taxpayers back for all of the Coast
All the
Guard because
resources.
because the Coast Guard had to
All the
go out
money.
and try to find those
Mm-hmm.
guys. I think their estate should have to pay back all the time and effort that our government had to put into it.
And right now I saw that it was like
Not a single American in there.
a combination of like US, Canada, France, and Great Britain, I think. They're trying to figure out like who's going to cover the cost of like moving forward, I think. And like what happens.
It's probably
But
like
they're
an
not gonna-
incident happened on a county line, and they're trying to figure out who's got jurisdiction. Probably
Probably so.
Well, it's just-
But
it's off the
they're not
coast
going to
of
find the
Canada, right?
bodies.
Off the coast
Yeah,
of Canada, right?
Newfoundland or whatever.
Newfoundland. Yeah.
Newfoundland, almost
Newfoundland,
almost
whatever.
got it. But yeah, there's no chance of them finding the bodies. That's just not going to happen. Being that
They just
far
would have
down.
evaporated, right? Or my understanding, or I say evaporated. You know what I mean?
They're well,
Pressure
not
to get them.
Yeah.
there's so much pressure. Basically, I mean, imagine all that pressure. Their bodies just exploded.
Exploded. Yeah. Yeah.
And then being that far down, eventually the bones just kind of disintegrate. I mean,
Yeah.
that's-
Yeah.
They were
They-
literally laying in their piss, their shit, and their throw up for a couple of days. I'm guessing.
I just can't believe it. It's unbelievable. And the way that guy has done this whole operation, the founder of this company has just been really, really bad practices, and it's all his fault, really. There was no governing body or anything to certify that submarine as being safe to go that far down. And there was a lot of people saying it wasn't safe. There was even a lawsuit that happened against him with one of his employees that was settled out of court. And
I
And
was reading all
so-
that tonight, Jones. I was reading all that today. I just caught up on it all today. Like I had no idea what was going on.
And so people knew that it was not safe, and he just did it anyways because people were paying him $250,000 to go down there.
Well, and correct if I'm wrong, Jones. There's other things that he other expeditions that he's done, or is that his company does, just not this one, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. And they may have even been down that far before. I can't remember if that's correct or not. You have to fact check me on that one.
Okay.
But what one person said I overheard today was that because they had been down that far before, maybe that pressure had caused the submarine to get a little bit weaker. And so when they went again, it just imploded on them.
Wow.
So, I mean,
That sucks.
that's really bad, especially for that. I mean, none of them deserve to die like that or anything, but
But
there
I
was a
feel like you know
young
what you
kid on
get
there.
yourself into. You signed.
They signed a waiver. Yeah,
like-
they signed the waiver. So that's another thing. Like if there's lawsuits that happen, they all signed a waiver to go down there.
It's
And
like
it said-
astronauts that go to space or whatever. Yeah, our NASA has all that stuff figured out, but anything can go wrong.
Mhm.
But yeah, they're taking the chance to do that. But there are astronauts. These were not trained professionals.
Yeah.
These were
They're-
just a little too much money in the pocket. And I want to go see the Titanic.
Yeah, there were also like a couple of years ago. This has been in the media a little bit already before, but some of the media was actually getting ready to go down, and so I think it was CBS, maybe the guy. They went down like 30 feet, and then something happened, and they had to like cancel the trip. And so then there was another guy that was from the Discovery Channel that was going to get on it. And then he started looking into it a little bit more. And then he was like, yeah, we've got to cancel this. It's not safe to go down. There was not enough research on the submarine itself. And again, no governing body is looking after that to make sure that it is safe for humans to go down that far in that vessel. So it's a pretty
And
crazy story.
that was
Pretty
the other-
crazy, sad for the families.
That was the other point that the article I was reading made. It's like this kind of tourism, we'll call it, right,
Mm-hmm.
is like kind of on the up. It's
Mm-hmm.
becoming more and more popular between Mount Everest and these dives, and whether it be hiking mountains or jumping off cliffs, or people
Yeah.
are seeking. I don't want to call it thrill seeking, but
The Mount Everest stuff's wild because the people that die, their just body freezes and they're just bodies all over the place.
yeah, that then the space stuff, guys, the Blue Origin. So and
Yeah.
Jordan, you're right? Yeah, sorry, interrupted.
No,
there.
it's wild to think.
I think it's a unique concept to go further down in the ocean as like an expedition. People are going to space now, but there's not really anybody going down to the bottom of the sea.
No, not at all.
Well, do we know if there actually is a bottom?
I mean, there is a bottom.
There's a bottom at some point. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's proven, but we don't know how deep some places go.
Oh, yeah.
Jordan might be a flat earther. Are you?
I'm not a flat earther, but we don't know exactly how many feet down some of the deepest parts of the ocean go, I guess.
Well, to Jordan's point, he's never seen it, so who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I don't know that guy.
I need scientific facts here.
Yeah.
We should find him some and send them to him in the group.
How many feet is the deepest part of the ocean?
There's
Also,
some
ocean's scary place.
graphics that it's got to be
There's too much stuff in there.
eerie. Yeah. So yeah, that's extremely crazy. Also, fellas, since we have been on this little hiatus, Live and PGA merged.
Oh
What?
man, I know.
What?
What, dude?
What are we talking about?
I was just more or less turned off from the fact that like all the hard work. It's just like it makes you lose your hope in humanity a little bit, like.
Mhm.
Or at least if depending on what side you're on, right, guys? Like I was on the side of I wasn't a big Live guy, right? So like you saw what these guys poured into it, what Rory and all the changes they all made, and I'm sure all the stuff that happened behind closed doors is even more intense. And then for them to turn around and like just kind of backstab those players more or less was what hurt me, right? But like
Yeah,
at the end of the day, the bottom line is all that matters. It's what you
pretty
see.
nuts. And I just can't believe that like no players knew. There was very few people that knew what was going on. And then the
Yeah.
next day, everybody looked at Twitter, and that's how they started finding out.
Well, and I think too that there's no coincidence that Monahan's like away from the tour right now. If you ask me,
He's sick. That's AK. He's getting forced out.
That's a
I think
PR move.
I think he might be done. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
You got that Urban Meyer heart condition. You got the
Well, he'll
Urban Meyer
still be
heart
on the
condition.
board though, Jordan. He'll still be on the board. It sounds like. So.
But how much say is he going to have on the board? I mean,
Other than a vote and collecting a check, I mean that's
they're like, all right, well, you'll still earn a check. You're just not going to be over the PGA anymore.
it just hurt from a fan standpoint, right? Like, and time heals all wounds, as they say. But I was bummed. I was like, what in the world? I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
It's fake.
I sorted it too. And I was like, what? That doesn't make sense.
We've not seen any corporate partnership announcements come out. I'm very surprised.
Oh, you're talking like people withdrawing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
I hadn't thought about that.
If you're
guys,
FedEx, you don't want your name known associated
and
with the Saudis.
And here's the thing, though, Jordan, and you got to people don't realize this too, and it's doesn't get talked about. But like the Saudis have their hand in like a lot of American companies anyway.
For sure. So some of them may already be
Like,
getting some stuff.
A lot of these big banks, like trust me, the Saudis are investing in big banks.
Like RBC for sure has like their blood on their hands.
Yeah, and I mean they all that's like it's just fascinating. I don't know, man. And
I don't know if some will pull or not. FedEx is usually pretty conservative, but like you said, there could be some financial backing somewhere there.
Yeah,
like, I don't know. We'll see you next year if tournament names change.
Well, I was going to say, and what happens to like the live events? Is that brand going to live on still?
That's the thing. I think the live guys are getting told something different than the PGA guys are getting told in regards to that. It sounds like live's allegedly living, but I don't think it will actually live. I don't know.
I mean, it's just funny because Joey and I have talked about this, but I think it's very similar to when WWE bought WCW. It was its own entity still, but eventually it lost steam and they just all went straight to the WWE. Well, so I think that'll be very similar to this. Live will eventually run out and the guys will be back on tour.
It'll have to, because I mean, Live has no like brand equity or anything, zero. So it's like, why keep something around that doesn't have, maybe some of the way they sort of did their tournaments, maybe the team play and stuff like that might be merged into PGA a little bit more. But as far as the brand, I don't see it living on.
Joe, you should go to the Greenbrier when they have the tournament in like July or August.
I might.
I mean, it's not far for you. So
I love that tournament, man. I've been twice, I think.
I just don't want to support Live, Jordan. That's not my problem.
I know. But like, I guess it'd be kind of worth it to see.
You should go experience it and take videos heckling the players.
Well,
that would be great.
If it folds, you can say, "Oh, I went to a Live event."
I've been to the Greenbrier event when it was Greenbrier, military, whatever.
I don't know what they're calling it now. I guess just Live Greenbrier.
Oh, nice shirt, Jordan. Nice shirt. Where'd you get that?
Thanks. Yeah, I don't know.
I've seen Jordan wear that shirt before.
Yeah.
Some guy bought it for me.
You know a guy.
I know a guy.
He knows a guy.
I know you mentioned too, Jones, you want to talk about real quick, and since you guys both live in Winston-Salem, big game for Wake tonight. Is that what you're watching, Jordan?
Yeah.
What's the score right now? I haven't even looked.
Nothing. Skeens and Louder are having a pitchers duel right now.
So yeah, the Wake Forest baseball, man. How about it? In the College World Series. Isn't this the first time it's happened in like 60 some years or something like crazy?
They won it in the 50s, I think. 50s or early 60s. That's the last time they were in it.
Okay.
But the women, I mean, this will not be their first national championship this year. Women's golf won it a couple weeks ago.
Wow.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I don't think this is the best pitching matchup we've ever seen in the World Series. I don't think we've ever seen two top 5 draft picks go against each other. So
yeah, I mean, those guys. I mean, you have 3 right on the field right now, technically, right? Probably.
Well, yeah, because Cruz will go number 1. Skeens will probably go 2. I'd say Louder's probably top 5. He's definitely top 10. But like Cole and Bauer were on the same team with UCLA, so like we've never seen 2 top 5 pitchers go at it before. So it is pretty cool. But yeah, Skeens.
Have you been to any of the games, Jordan?
I haven't now. When I've been to 50 or 60 a year when I worked at Radford, that's kind of the last thing I want to do is go to a college baseball game.
He's been scarred for life, but it's
not scarred, but I've had my fair share of them. Yeah.
It looks like the Wake stadium might have some energy. It looks like people are coming out and supporting them. Maybe it's
Well,
just
it's
because
in,
they're
it's in
good this year.
Omaha. It's in Omaha, Jones.
No, I'm talking about just like throughout the year. Like
They've
Yeah.
always
at
had a
the
pretty
home
good
games.
following for baseball. I mean, maybe not to the extent that the football program has. But yeah, and then also too, winning helps. You got people that never been that come out. So
Yeah. I don't know why is that giving me a thumbs up
Thumbs
there on
up.
my
Yeah, that's
uh,
wild.
I didn't touch anything. I just want to throw that out there. Maybe it's like reading. Is the AI in our Zoom call right now?
Well, I mean, we do have 3 minutes left, but
Yeah. But anyways, pretty big deal. And I think Jordan, Kelly, she gets maybe 2 free tickets to all the athletic events.
yeah, most university employees usually get probably 1 to 2 tickets.
So we might be able to go to some games, and maybe
You're gonna be
she'll want to stay home for a night, you know?
you're gonna be at the Joel too for some of those games. I bet Jordan will probably want to go to those basketball games. Well, when he's not working, although they don't play on the same
That's
night,
true.
probably.
That's true.
The women play on Sunday. I ain't going to that.
I know you won't go to that.
The
Only
men, I
only
don't
I would go
know.
to that.
When the Big South went to that new scheduling format, they seem to cross. I'd have to go to like a Wednesday night or a Monday night.
Okay.
But maybe. Usually when Duke comes into town or Carolina, it's got to be like a matchup or something because Wake is what it is, you know.
Yeah.
They're getting better though, basketball wise.
Yeah, but like you'd been a long way gone from Duncan and CP3 and Randolph and those guys.
They had John Collins. He's in the NBA.
Yeah, John Collins, Jeff Teague.
I'm excited to go to the football games.
You're gonna have a blast, Jordan. I mean, Jones.
Yeah.
Hokies will be there. Hokies will be there some years.
Heck yeah.
They
Heck
go
yeah.
to Tech this year, but they went to the new scheduling format, so they flip every year.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll be every other year. They'll be in Winston.
Legit. Joey, we've got to figure out when the best time for you to be here is, so we can start planning this little golf escapade here.
I know you and I talked about middle of July, but I might not be able to come that weekend. We talked about it initially anymore. Because Emily's apparently out of town, and I didn't know that. So
okay, because it'll take a little bit of planning, just from like the golf course standpoint. And
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Coordinating with my videographer and stuff too. The golf course being, that's an important thing to make sure they're going to be cool with.
Oh, they got to be on board. Absolutely. Yeah.
But surely we can
I need to get my game in shape. I played last weekend for the first time in like 6 months.
What'd you shoot?
And putted lights out. We played like a little mini scramble. So, because one of the guys in our group had literally never played golf before and thought he was going to go out there and like burn the world on fire. And he was the worst golfer.
What an idiot.
Nice kid though.
Love the blind confidence there.
It was one of Uncle Sean's clients, Jordan, we played with.
Okay.
So he's like a 23-year-old kid fresh out of college. Played at Western Carolina, Jordan, for 4 years.
Oh, Catamounts, eh?
And played at Central Michigan for a year.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I don't know how much time we got left here. I can't even see the countdown.
Like seconds.
But
I don't know why I didn't give you a countdown. But anyway, episode 31. But let's get in the group chat.